I pulled in here today, actually a couple of minutes of my ahead of my usual time, and there was one handicap space in this whole lot, one left, and I got it by the skin of my teeth, and I damn near ran somebody over. But oh, this is ridiculous. You cannot honestly tell me there are this many people, working here. Other than me, but who knows? It's a big place. A lot of people work here, But wow, Benjamin's right off the bat. That is a good question. Um, about who will Jody regenerate into, because it's anyone's game. Because let me lay you out what I do know. Peter Capaldi was in pictures with Rachel Talalay way back around that time, and I know Matt Smith suddenly showed up, in various pictures with his hair back in the same style it was when he was working on Doctor Who. So, could it be they're going to do where Jodie begins to turn into Ncuti and then suddenly goes back to Capaldi, goes back to Matt Smith, back to David Tennant? That's possible, because a lot of people, well, they weren't in town all that long. I said, guys, they'll just do what they did with Jenna Coleman if that's the case. For her reappearance in Twice Upon a Time. All they did was they went to her dressing room on Victoria, set up a doorway green screen about the size of a doorway, and she did her lines and all that from there. And it took all of a few minutes. So it could be that. The problem is we don't know, we won't know till it airs, because and thank goodness for this, they cut the regeneration scene off of the press screening. So nobody even knows what's going to happen at that point. Thank goodness, because I know it would have leaked out by now. Well, they've proven themselves trustworthy and all that by their reputation. Horse hockey. Yeah. Because when Jodie finished up, it's not like they, told her. She went in there, she filmed her last scene, and then she was done. And that was as of yesterday, a year ago. The regeneration scene was the last scene she ever filmed for Doctor Who. Well, until she comes back, maybe, if that does happen. And that was October 13th of last year that was filmed. And this way it maintains secrecy. Like, if I remember right, Jodie wasn't even on the scene when Capaldi regenerated. And Capaldi was nowhere near when Matt Smith regenerated either, I don't believe. I gotta look it up. It's been a while on that one. Okay, so in this way they can maintain a level of secrecy. But as I said before, at the press screening, the regen scene was cut off. And I'm glad they did that. But here's what we do know. Okay. What we do know is this. We have various location shoots on the 60th anniversary special with David Tennant wearing a completely different outfit than any of the previous suits that we've seen him in. It's the same kind of style, but it's not the same ones. And here's the thing. If this was a flashback or something like that, David Tennant has the suits. Okay? David Tennant has his original suits, or at least one of them that I know of. So if they wanted it to be a flashback or a way call or a callback, he would have been wearing one of those. He has them. He can still wear them. Matter of fact, I believe that was one of them. Yeah, he wore when they did, Dump of the Doctor, aka, well, the 8th anniversary special. You know what I feel about it? Okay. But no, they got him looking slightly older in a different suit, different Sonic. And we've all seen the picture of his Sonic. It's not the same one he had back in the classic series. What am I saying? It's not the same one he had when he was in the TARDIS. In his original run. So he's got a different Sonic, different clothes. We're seeing Donna Noble with a 15-year-old daughter. I think it's 15, or is it 13? Something like that. Played by Yasmin Finney. We're seeing, of course, an older Wilfred Mott. Played by Bernard Cribbins, who sadly passed away, earlier this year. So no, this is not a flashback. I don't know why anybody's got it. Plus, the most convincing damn thing of that whole thing, and I almost forgot to mention it, which is bad. Every single shoot that involved them getting in or out of or having anything to do with the TARDIS was Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS exterior. That's Jodie Whittaker's police box in every single one of those shots. And it's like, what planet are people living on that they seem to think that, the BBC just willy-nilly throws those things in the garbage now? They have all the TARDIS exteriors back, I think, to Eccleston in storage. They can pull any one of those out at any given time. And they even have the reproduction of the original that they used for, Adventure in Space and Time, and of course Twice Upon a Time and all that. So it's not a mistake. But like I said, we're not sure exactly what's going on, whether it's going to be a degeneration. And of course, everybody's seeming to buy that David Tennant goes, Ncuti Gat will be the next Doctor. I go, yeah, and you've already filmed your stuff. Which means he's going to be the next Doctor even if you were. And it's not outside the realm of possibility. I had a friend of mine telling me that Tennant was next in the TARDIS way back when. Also, speaking of 60th anniversaries, well, I wouldn't put anything outside. Yeah, like I said, we'll find out in a couple weeks. So, were they on the set? Because I'm not sure if Capaldi actually met Smith. I know Whittaker didn't meet Peter Capaldi until way later. All right, Tennant and Matt Smith were together, yes. And I believe Eccleston and Tennant were. Like I said, I have to look it up. I have it in my notes somewhere buried, in the reserves of time. But so I'll have to double check that later, okay? But what I'm saying is they don't have to necessarily be there. Yeah, I think Capaldi might have been on that because originally Matt Smith was supposed to regenerate at the top of the tower, you see. And like I said, we'll find, you're right. We'll find out in a couple weeks. It's not that far away now, so we ain't got that far to go. But why everybody's putting out this, it's a flashback vibe. I'm like, where the hell are you getting that from? Because nothing matches up for it being. Yeah, like I said, I have to check my notes to be sure. I who was on set when. I know Jodie never met Capaldi till I think way later on. I know that one for a fact. Matter of fact, here's a bit of fun if you want to have it. Next time you watch the end of when Peter Capaldi regenerates, watch Jodie Whittaker's scene at, when she first becomes a Doctor very closely, because 1 second she's wearing boots, next second she's wearing trainers, then she's back in the boots again. So somebody definitely had a little continuity flub there. The sad part is now that I've seen it, a ways back, I can never unsee it every time I watch that scene anymore. Because, yeah, 1 second she's in the boots, then she's in her trainers, then she's in boots. It's almost like watching Dukes of Hazzard back in the day when they're having the police chase. And 1 second the police car is a Dodge Monaco, then it's a Ford, then it's a Waycott, then it's a Dodge Monaco again. And it's continuity stuff can be hilarious. I try not to take it too seriously. I just laugh at it. Okay. But if you're out there, speaking of 60th, there's a fan-made 60th production. And like I said, this is going to be fan-made, called Mind and the Monster. Or is it Mind of the Monster? I think it's Mind of the Monster. Sorry, I keep screwing up the title. I don't know why. There is a Twitter page for it. I believe they've also got a pledge drive up to raise funds for props and things. So keep your eyes out for that on Twitter and various other. Mind of the Monster. That's what it is. I don't know why I keep saying and, but I will. Well, folks, I just looked at the time. I've got to run in. So please take care of yourselves and each other out there today. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And hopefully we'll see you all again on Monday, if not sooner, if we do a special report over the weekend, don't know. And enjoy the rest of your day.